This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hey guys.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
I gotta say, I'm pretty pissed off about this week's topic.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
I cannot believe that you guys are into this. I can't believe that you are making me play these things, these games.
Okay, well, at least we know it's not media formats. That was last week.
No, I'm like, okay. I don't know anything about this topic, so I'll get online and I'll research it. And I look up water sports, and I'm disgusted because it's just a bunch of people pissing on one another. But then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I gotta get into the headspace.
Heather.
So I go to this warehouse downtown, and I'm just letting people piss all over me.
No, stop talking.
And I'm like,
Heather, stop.
What is this? Why is this on a
Heather.
video game podcast? I feel disgusting.
Heather, there's not a good way to tell you this. You've made a huge mistake.
I bet I have. I'll tell you what my mistake was thinking that the two of you were friends of mine, but instead I'm watching 30, 40, 50 hours of Let's Play water sports video game. I don't even know what the fuck you call it. Footage? First person footage? And I'm like, I gotta figure out why this is so exciting for them. And that fucking warehouse, I went to it 4 times. 4 times. One time they were like, here, drink this milk and eat these mashed potatoes while we fucking piss on you.
Jesus.
I hated it. I fucking hated it.
No, Heather, I'm glad you said something because I'm going to bite my tongue here. Matt, I'm so fucking mad at you for this topic.
What the heck?
I get online because I'm like, I don't play these sorts of things. I'm looking at water sports. I'm just watching video after video of nuns just pissing, just head to toe habits, just pulling them up and just pissing everywhere. Full view, sometimes directly onto the camera. I was like, this is what Matt wants to talk about on our video game podcast? Then I find myself at a warehouse. I'm like, well, we're talking about water sports video games. I bring my whole game collection, thousands of dollars worth of hardware and software I've accumulated over the decades.
And by the way, I'm so proud of you for building up that collection again, Nick, after you've sold so many of your games.
I've been putting my savings account into just restocking it. It's all worthless now because everyone pissed all over it.
Yeah, what is the point of this game, this genre? I stunk.
Does this get you off, you freak? Does this get you off?
Is this what you like?
Guys, you both misread the text. It wasn't water sports. Okay? And I'm pissed off at both of you guys, actually.
Why is that? Oh, you'd be pissed off at us.
Yeah, I'm over here getting pissed on.
I'm sad, I guess is what it is, that you guys misread in a very simple text, and now you guys think I'm some kind of freak. And now this news that you guys were wrong is going to hurt even more, because all I meant was we're talking about like games in or near the water, not piss, not any sort of piss stuff. Games in the water. Games like, where you swim around, you splash around.
I wish I'd done something besides just exclamation point react to your text. Oh, I should have asked a follow-up question.
Maybe I should have stopped after the first time I went to the warehouse. But I went to the warehouse 3 more times trying to crack the code of this game.
Well, I mean, let's get this record going. We got a guest here, and then I got a date afterwards at the warehouse.
Hey, well, I was going to say, could you give me the address so I know how to avoid it? I want to make sure I don't go anywhere near there and get pissed on a lot.
We refill our oxygen with air bubbles and listen to tranquil synth music as we discuss Subnautica and water-based games this week on Get Played.
Welcome to Get Played, your one-stop show for good games, bad games, and every game in between. It's time to get played. I'm your host, HAC, along with my fellow host, Tiger Wiger.
That's me, Tiger Wiger, along with Mr. Games, Matt Apodaca.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the premier video game podcast, where this week you demanded it. You asked for it. You said, why don't they get guests on anymore? And we're giving you a guest.
We have a great guest for the premiere a premiere guest for the premiere podcast.
It's true. Wow.
Making his premiere and also a premiere figure in the world of podcasting. Host of the See Jurassic Right podcast and producer of Jordan Jesse Go, Stephen Ray Morris is here. Hi, Stephen. Thanks so much for making time for us.
Yay!
The Matrix is real because I literally listen to you every Monday morning. And so now this next Monday morning, I'm going to hear myself on the show.
Wow.
It's
It's a
very surreal.
nightmare.
This is a podcast producer thing that, like, I, as someone who doesn't produce podcasts, I think you're able to handle hearing your own voice. I could not listen to a podcast I guessed it on.
It's taken many years of grit and training. I call it white knuckle editing, where you just listen to yourself one sentence at a time, and then you have to stop and then run out of the room screaming.
No, whenever I guest on a show that I like, I always skip it, and then my day sucks because I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't get to listen
and then
to this.
I feel like I ruined the thing that I liked because I don't have one today.
Yeah, sorry for this shitty episode of Blank Check, everyone, that I don't even get to listen to make everyone mad, and then I get to skip one of my favorite
Sorry,
podcasts.
y'all hate the C block of Comedy Bang Bang this week.
This is great because I don't listen to you guys when you're on podcasts either.
Our producer, Rochelle Chen Ranch. Rochelle, are you able to listen to yourself? You have your own podcast, obviously. We talked about it.
It's extremely difficult, and it makes me want to kill myself.
I mean, there's times where I will literally edit everybody else except myself, and I'll save it for last.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seems extra difficult.
It's weird. Well, there's like a biological reason, which is that we can't, the resonance of our voices inside our head is different than the way it sounds to other people because we are hearing it inside of a chamber that's a different size and shape.
Yeah.
We need a cybernetic implant to fix that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just in the same way we need a mirror that shows how our face looks to other people. You know what I mean?
You can just put the mirrors like this and then you can see it.
No, it's too much work. I want a fucking
just
monitor.
like a plain right angle.
No, come
What
on.
I
No, what are you
want-
talking
What do you
about?
mean work?
You know how the phones in Cyberpunk show the people that you're talking to?
Yeah.
I want that. Well, also, I want a HUD, right? So I want
That
a
would
HUD.
be nice.
I want a HUD that then also has an image of myself, how people see me. And then I
Yeah.
can just see myself and I'm walking around and I see how I'm walking around. And
Okay, again, on Zoom, you can choose to unmirror your face. Same with Google Video or whatever, Google Meets.
I'm not talking Zoom. I'm talking about just in my house.
I want a HUD, Heather.
I want to give myself
Yeah.
a new voice.
Yeah.
I want to sound like somebody else.
What do y'all sound like to when you hear your own voice played back? Like, what is that? Because to me, it sounds like this.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me. I'm Nick Wiger.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
how's it
you sound
going?
like that to us too. That's crazy.
That's the effect. I
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
super nasally to myself,
Yeah.
and then when I hear my voice in my own head, it's less rat-like.
I think everyone's nasally. Like
Yeah.
I think everybody's talking like the wrong way because like I also think I sound nasally when I hear myself back too.
And I would argue, no offense,
No.
Nick has an incredibly pleasant
Oh yeah, Nick's a
radio voice.
What a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
Much better
Wow.
than me and Matt.
Oh, yeah.
That's not true.
And no, it is. And right, Matt?
Yeah, I guess it's true. You started it. I guess I have to join in as well.
Like Matt
No
and I,
offense, but you
our
also
voice-
agree, right?
Our voice sucks. Like the two of us, our voice sucks.
Yeah, combined it would be really good.
Oh, it'd be terrible. What are you talking about?
We're like layered over the top of each other.
yeah, harmonized. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, but my question is, have you noticed your voice change? Because I've heard old things, and I talk like molasses 5 years.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure. No, I
interesting.
definitely had a
Yeah.
different cadence, but also my voice is just pitched down. I've been podcasting for 10 plus years now, so
So eventually, it's going to be like
exactly.
He was like a little boy before.
5 forks.
I love burgers. Oh, man.
Gee, mister, thanks so much, buddy.
Uh-oh, a cat. I'm scared.
you were Mickey, apparently.
I wanted to ask Stephen, there's a thing you texted me about a while back, because I know you're a fan of the show, but I don't remember what the impetus was or if this was just a thing you found, but there is a SimCity TCG that I knew nothing about.
Yeah, so I love that you've specifically have gotten back into Magic the Gathering. I got back into Magic the Gathering during lockdown, and as we're coming out, there was people in my building who I'd play with. It was like, ooh, let's play Commander. Like, I don't know, just a way to like slowly integrate back into society and just get into, you know, the kind of fights and whatever was going on. But I love dead CCGs. There's like an X-Files one, like a Buffy one.
Wow.
But the SimCity one is insane because it came out around the same time as when Magic started. So it's like, imagine that trying to compete with like original Magic. And it is stuff like Fire Station. It is stuff like, it's basically Illinois in the 90s or wherever that company is based, but you also have to have a city council. So it's like Greg and Tina, and then you have to like vote on initiatives.
Oh, shit.
Wow, I got a holographic Tina.
Oh, my God. Oh, no. My open outdoor mall was destroyed by your local bureaucratic corner voting station.
Totally true. And natural disasters. And like, there's even the rare cards were extra long for some reason. They were like, So all the packs that I have, they would come bent because they're from the 90s.
Yeah,
right.
But you would get stuff like Sydney Opera House or like the Empire State Building.
Wow.
How does that work, though, if you're playing against somebody and you see they have a long card? You're like, oh, no.
Yeah, you're like, I know what
gotta
that
win
is.
Before the long card comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would basically build your independent. I think because you could play by yourself. It was like the Tomb Raider card game where you could build a dungeon and then go through it. And then with the SimCity one, you would build your city and then you could like vote on initiatives and stuff.
That's great because I doubt there were two people who played the game.
Yeah, it was. I bought a huge dead stock during lockdown. Like there were also the booster boxes or the starter packs were like Chicago, Atlanta.
Oh,
like
cool.
I mean, honestly, this does sound like it fucking rules.
Yeah.
I found a review, like a review that came out in I guess 1995 from Pyramid Magazine, and has some very low res screen caps. We can see some of these cards here. Council member, which is just like a stock photo of a businessman.
Wow.
Civic Theater, Office Center.
But that art is really, really
good.
Yeah.
Like prime Y2K stuff right there.
Ooh, large
Isn't it gorgeous?
hospital.
It's kind of gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I going to get into the dead SimCity fucking card game?
I'll stop you right there. You're not.
It all looks very like the mall aesthetic, you know?
Huh. I'm not.
Like, I guess I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I like that you said that it was like the Tomb Raider card game, as if we all knew and understood that there was a Tomb
yes,
Raider
of
card
course.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
The Tomb Raider card game, right? I just got it just because I wanted to play. I didn't have anybody to play Magic with, so
What is the most obscure card game that you've heard of? Like, is SimCity the sort of point on that pyramid?
Well, the Animorphs TCG.
That's incredible.
It wasn't even a TCG because the like company failed halfway through, so it's just it ended up just becoming a board game essentially.
Right.
And it's the horrible Nickelodeon show where it was just that like it was like the Michael Jackson black or white morphing, you know, but with like, you know, very 90s CGI. But yeah, they never made like expansion packs. It was literally just like 2 starter decks essentially, and that's it.
So you're talking about a lot of card games, and you're talking about you've gotten back into Magic the Gathering. Are you specifically playing Commander or different formats? Or
I've done Commander a lot, especially when I got back into it, and then I actually would do draft, like doing like a draft thing, like where you're literally just because. Everyone I'm playing with has like different skill sets. Like I know 2 of those people were like streaming on Twitch playing, and then other people were like me who like basically didn't play since they were 13.
Right.
And so that was kind of fun to like get back into the rules and everything and like all the new updates. And so, you know, you'd like open packs and everyone pick a card and pass it around until you built a deck.
Yeah.
And so that ended up being, and then that way like you're just playing that one night and you don't have to like practice or whatever.
Join the fun on DraftKings Casino, ranked the #1 online casino experience. They've got everything you've been searching for. Thousands of exciting games, huge jackpots, exclusive offers, and more. New players get a 10-day welcome offer, 500 spins on Huff and More Puff when you play just $5 to start. Download the DraftKings Casino app, sign up with code GETPLAYED, and spin your favorite slots. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for featured games only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends August 24th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 1 based on Eilers and Krejcik 2H24 product analysis.
Some days, your brain needs a vacation your body can actually afford. That's where IndaCloud comes in. You juggle the chaos. You answer the emails. You even go outside sometimes. So yeah, you've earned a better way to unwind. Enter IndaCloud. Federally legal THC in the form of gummies, pre-rolls, and flower, designed to turn hanging on into fully chilling. So, if you're 21 or older, head to indacloud.co and use code GETPLAYED to get 25% off your first order plus free shipping. That's indacloud.co, code GETPLAYED, 25% off, free shipping. Just a better vibe in your mailbox. So here's the thing. Look, I got sent some of this stuff, all right? I ate one of the orange soda gummies, okay? Now, look, I'll be honest. I'm a bit of a lightweight, all right? I'm not out here blazing it. I'm not over here, insert euphemism here. I'm not doing any of that, all right? I'm not always doing it. But when I do, I like to just chill out and relax. It made me very silly with my friends, and they all had a nice time enjoying IndaCloud. It sounds too smooth to be legal, right? But it is. IndaCloud's products are Farm Bill compliant, third-party tested, and made for grown-ups who want a buzz without the need to drive 25 minutes to dispensary. And that's just a fact. Dispensaries are 25 minutes from wherever you personally are. That's just how it is. More than 50,000 people already trust them because when it feels this good, it should also feel easy. Whether you're chasing deeper sleep, better focus, or just some peace between your streaming marathons, this is how adults get elevated now. If you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float above the stress because IndaCloud, see what they did, is giving all new customers 25% off their first order plus free shipping. Use code GETPLAYED or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That's indacloud.co, INDACLOUD.co. Use code GETPLAYED for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. Fill out their quick survey when you order to support this show and make your week way more enjoyable, all thanks to IndaCloud.
I had a question for you specific to see Jurassic Right. There have been a lot of attempts at dinosaur video games or dinosaurs within video games. Hey, the aforementioned Tomb Raider has a famous dinosaur sequence. You got your Dino Crises. You got your Cadillacs and dinosaurs. You, of course, have Yoshi. Do you have any notable dinos that you are a fan of or things that you think have executed the spirit of dinosaurs well?
Well, it's called not Dino Crisis. There's the fighting game, the dinosaur.
Turok.
Oh, yeah. No, not Turok is the FPS. Primal Rage. Yeah.
I used to play that, like, where my grandma lived, there was, like, an arcade, and I would play so much Primal Rage. Because you're just, like, it's just dinosaurs, like, drop-kicking each other and, like, biting each other and everything like that. And then I grew up playing the Sega Jurassic Park game. The one where you would,
the Genesis one?
Yeah, the Genesis one, yeah. And where you would, like, tranquilize everybody, and like all the dinosaurs would be like, ugh, and then like just fall off a cliff.
This was a famous game because you could choose to play either as Alan Grant or as the Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Whereas in the
Old man or dinosaur.
Whereas in the Super Nintendo version, you could only play like the main adventure. They were also completely separate developments. It's not like when the Lion King game came out, it was very similar in both Genesis and Super Nintendo. These were absolutely divergent experiences. There was also a Jurassic Park for Sega CD, which was a point-and-click adventure with very brief video segments in it. And that was one of my prisons as a child.
Wait, so you played that growing up?
Oh, yeah.
I've watched some videos of it. I love all the actors in it are like stunning, like low-rent versions.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you have to like... Because I watched some playthroughs and it feels so inscrutable.
It was inscrutable. Perhaps was the genesis of my hatred of puzzle games.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, like it also. I think there were lockouts based on time. Like if you weren't at a certain place on the island at a certain time, because it was a real time game, that was it.
Wow.
As an FPS, I remember that I only played briefly. One of my friends had it. It was Jurassic Park Trespasser, which is legendary, notoriously one of the worst games of all time. And if we were still doing our old format, we probably would have covered Trespasser at some point. But the thing I do remember from it, the weirdest thing is that the way you would find out your health in the game, your female player character, is you would look down and the character had like a titty tattoo of a heart, and so how filled the heart was on the tattoo was how much health you had left. What a fucking insane design choice.
Is that how you see your health?
Yeah,
Look at your tattoo. You're like, oh, cool, I've had lunch today. I feel good. I know, and it was Mini Driver,
Right.
And they got Sir Richard Attenborough to record like hundreds of hours of VO for that, and it's just surprising to me that they've never bought all that audio to use in like a future movie or something.
Yeah.
Like it's just sitting there.
Because it's impossible that everyone's heard all of it. I loved the there was a Jurassic Park arcade cabinet game that you get in like a car.
Fun.
And you can just go around like shooting dinosaurs and stuff. It rocked. I can't remember what it's called, but it ruled.
Games can be so simple. That one of the Terminator, just like give me a gun and let me aim it at things.
Yeah.
It always
I didn't have to move. Just let me go, you know?
But the cool thing about that one was that you had to get in you had to get in a whole thing. Like wait in line to crawl into a car, which is crazy.
No, I probably spent so much of my because they would still have Jurassic Park arcade cabinets at places, and it is just funny where it loving dinosaurs, but then in those games you're just like mowing them down. And again, they say that it's like a tranquilizer.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
let
very
me
silly.
fucking open a chain gun of tranquilizer darts at this brontosaurus. Stephen, I'd messed around with, and I can't remember which one it was. If it was Jurassic World Evolution 1 or 2, it had to have been one of those, but it was on Game Pass.
Oh, yeah,
and it has Goldblum and BD Wong in it, and it's it's a game I wish I liked more than I did, because the premise of it, where you're basically managing Jurassic Park, it's like a theme park
simulator,
is like really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, I grew up playing Dino Park Tycoon, where it was such the bare minimum, whereas this one, if your park workers are unhappy, they will do sabotage. Like, that is how much you have to manage the game, is that if your employees aren't happy, they will pull a Dennis Nedry and sabotage your park. Where I'm like, that is such a deep level. Like, I have a friend who's obsessed with those games, but for me, I'm like, wait, and then it's like, you don't just dig up the dinosaur bones or DNA. It's like you have to find the sites around the world. You have to research the sites. You have to send the paleontologists out there. It's so deep. It goes so deep.
Had a little too much going on. And it's weird because the Jurassic Park movies are not chill at all.
No.
But I did kind of I don't know. I wouldn't mind having a chill, let's just build Jurassic Park before everything went wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One of the worst things that I've learned recently is that the reason the amber technology wouldn't work is that when a bug or a lizard or whatever gets trapped in amber, the inside of it isn't trapped. And so the inside of it just rots away completely. And so those are effectively shapes. Like
Oh.
they're not something that has stuff inside of them.
Wow.
They're like hollow shapes that were a thing.
Oh no.
Like the bones have dissolved.
I knew Jurassic Park was unrealistic. That's crazy.
They just inject that and make some like horrifying monster,
Yeah.
you know?
You basically make an amber creature.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to get you on the record on Yoshi.
Oof. I mean,
Answer the question, Steven.
Yoshi and I, we have beef. No, it's really funny. I had a friend growing up who had a Japanese Nintendo 64.
Oh, cool.
So to me, I hear the Yoshi Story theme song, the 64 one is just stuck in my head, but it's the Japanese version. Oh, not to like it's just such a like so
Wow.
many Saturday mornings throwing eggs at people. They make a lot of eggs. I feel like there's so many eggs.
They do produce a lot of eggs.
Too many eggs.
I'm glad we finally got that out there. Yoshi's making a lot of eggs.
And he
And
seems
so
to
is
transmit.
Birdo.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where Birdo's keeping all those eggs.
My favorite thing, I went to a fan nights event at Universal Studios where they kind of set up like some mazes, like a D&D thing and a Back to the Future. And I got over my mascot fear. I got a photo with Yoshi, which is very fun. And then we were going to the Mario Kart ride, and I guess there was a blue Yoshi like in a VIP area. And I
Whoa.
just literally heard somebody like from far away go, "Oh shit, blue Yoshi!" And I think about that every day since then. Like somebody's so excited to see that specific Yoshi.
It's very possible it was one of the three of us.
It was. I mean, Yoshi there's just something so happy about, you know.
Yeah, he rocks.
Yeah.
It's like that's the thing that's amazing about the Mario franchise specifically is just like their like sixth most notable character is like still a huge character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
But
God
it's
bless
crazy
him.
too because like he could have just stayed a mount, right? Like he could have
Yeah.
just
Sure.
like just been a mount and like that was it. Like Ramby's not. Nobody cares about Ramby.
How dare you?
No one's yelling, "Oh shit, blue Ramby." Nobody's doing it.
I think they might.
I mean, you could be the one. You could be the one to do it.
I'd be confused as why he was blue.
I think if you saw Blue Ramby, you would say that.
I
Because you'd
guess,
be
yeah.
like, oh shit, Blue Ramby?
What
Is he
a
sick?
choice.
Yeah.
Is he sick?
Wait, have all of you done the Mario, the Super Nintendo?
No, I still haven't been.
I've done it. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was like I was whelmed by it. I thought the line was cool.
Yeah.
And then if you walk away from a ride and you thought that the line was cool, like the ride's maybe not that great.
Yeah, that's a little bit. I've just heard kind of muted reactions all around. Although I've heard people very enthusiastic about the Donkey Kong ride
Oof,
at
yes.
Epic Universe.
Oh.
There you might see Ramby and be excited about it.
Probably wouldn't be blue, but if he
Probably
was,
would not be
I'd
blue.
yell something.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with the Mario Kart. I feel like the PTR boys have talked about this, where it's like
Yeah.
we love Mario Kart because we get to go fast, and that ride, because you have all the layers and it's all the game part about it, it's never going to be as satisfying as actually playing Mario Kart.
Right.
And then because you're wearing this AR level over it, you don't get to actually enjoy all the like practical sets. Like you are going through Rainbow Road, you're going through like Bowser's Dungeon, and it's like I almost want to just like flip up my glasses and just, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
just watch that part.
I mean, they won't do this, but it's like it almost just feels like it needs a reconceptualization to
Yeah.
be like, take the game shit out, take
Yeah.
the AR thing out, just have it be like, because like I don't want to do something. Like I have video games if I want to do something.
I disagree. I think they should add eating. You get a random Italian meal
Yeah.
put on your lap. You have to play the game when you have to finish your meal
Yeah.
by the end of the ride.
Oh, I thought it was going to change your clothes like in the new Mario Kart game. now Waluigi's wearing a sombrero and it's okay.
they make you put on not just like a gross like goggles that they like hose down before you go
Yeah.
on, but like a full outfit.
That's honestly the worst part about it to me is that you have to just like wear this. You just have to be
Wet
like
thing.
okay with this.
Yeah, why did we not like? I thought we were in a different place with hygiene post pandemic, but I guess not.
Yeah,
It's
just
just
like a good percentage. I might never touch a bowling ball again. Like I'm gonna put this on my fucking face.
Yeah, and with the food, it would be like if the other person hadn't finished, you'd
You
get the
gotta- you have to
half-eaten,
finish it.
no.
half-eaten food.
Yeah, you gotta finish their cannelloni.
Oh no.
Here's the thing, guys. I have been traveling recently. I went over to the UK, and I'll admit, the Wi-Fi speed, the internet speed when you're traveling abroad, those roaming data cap shit, like you have to buy like a 50 quid, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough when you're abroad and you've badly needed an internet connection with no Wi-Fi spot in sight. So you understand what a difference a local SIM card can make. An eSIM provides an internet connection wherever you travel and saves you money on roaming fees. That's where Saily comes in. Saily is a new eSIM service app brought to you by the creators of NordVPN. Here you can choose from several affordable eSIM plans in over 190 countries and 8 regions. With a Saily eSIM, you'll always have a connection when needed. Download Saily once and you won't have to install a new eSIM for each country. You can avoid scammers selling fake SIM cards outside train stations and airports, and there are a lot of those guys, believe me. There's no more wandering around looking for a public Wi-Fi spot. With a Saily, you're always connected. They provide 24/7 support, and you get a full refund if your device isn't eSIM compatible. Download the Saily app in your app store. Use code GETPLAYED at checkout to get 15% off your first purchase, or go to saily.com/getplayed. That's SAILY.com/getplayed. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Often we get these like advertisements on this show and I have no idea what they are and I pretend to use them in my real life. NordVPN is not the case. I use NordVPN. It is saved on my desktop. It's saved on my phone. I use it to shop in region-locked stores and use proxy delivery services. I use it to access digital content that might be like on the, say, BBC, rhymes with Y player. It is a fantastic service. You can watch sporting events and TV shows and films that aren't available in your region by switching your virtual location to a country which is showing the event. You can protect your private data like bank details, passwords, and online identity. NordVPN can switch your virtual location, allowing you to save money by purchasing flights, hotels, and subscriptions from other countries at a cheaper price. And you can protect your data whilst traveling and using public Wi-Fi, because NordVPN protects you wherever you are in the world. It's the fastest VPN in the world. There's no buffering or lagging while you're streaming, and it stops your ISP bandwidth throttling. One NordVPN account can be used on up to 10 devices. It is premium cybersecurity for the price of a cup of coffee per month. I use it. That's how I get my Gundam t-shirts. To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/getplayed. Our link will also give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the podcast episode description box. NordVPN/getplayed.
Steven, I have one more question for you and for the room. That question is, what are you playing?
What are you playing? Hi, it's me, the Resident Evil Merchant, and I'm here with a guest and my friends, and I'm asking them what they're playing.
Thank you so much, Resident Evil Merchant.
Well,
It's like Christmas. Oh my God. I'm so happy right now.
Thank you for doing it normal.
what?
Thank you for doing it normal.
Yeah, we
What
have a
does that
guest
mean?
here. Right? Well, sometimes you put a little English on it, you go a little rogue. It's nice for you to just be like, have a straightforward way you're playing.
Wait, I'm English, huh?
No,
what does
that's
that mean?
that's an expression.
Yeah,
it's more like
you'll often add like maybe
Oh,
an
mate.
unnecessary detail
Some
or something.
flair.
About what?
About, I don't know, something that you got up
just
to. Or...
like, yeah, I don't know. It'll be like I saw a potato, and we'll be like, what did that
Wait,
mean?
how did you know? Wait, were you there?
No, I was just
All right, guys, I'm walking down an alley, and in the middle of the alley, sitting straight up and down like it was Mr. Potato Head with nothing in it, is a potato.
So you saw like a nude Mr. Potato Head?
Well, aren't they all nude?
it was
I guess so, but he wears clothes.
Yeah, but I don't think you. I don't think Resident Evil Merchant means a Mr. Potato Head shell without
No,
any
it's a
facial
potato.
expression. Yeah,
No,
you
but
mean like a
the real
russet
thing.
potato
The real
on
Yeah,
thing.
in the
You- okay.
russet potato in the middle of the alley.
Yeah.
I guess if I
Like
saw
a
that,
toll road.
I would be a little confused, honestly, if I just saw a potato on it.
Yeah,
I would
so
think
imagine-
someone put it there.
Yeah,
Feels like a
why
trap.
was it there? What did it want? I gave it everything I had. I gave it all my money. I gave it my gum. I gave it my doggy bag, and I couldn't figure it out, so I had to go back the way I came.
So you just kind of like emptied your pockets and laid your stuff down before the potato and then just walked away.
Yeah, that was the story I just told.
I was just clarifying.
Do you think it was Mr. Potato Head? Because once you turned around, maybe it came back to life.
I double checked. I kept looking over my shoulder and stayed there with all my stuff.
You didn't like try
But
to
the
touch it?
crazy thing
Okay.
is, the next day it was all gone.
Wow.
That is the craziest thing.
My keys,
Yeah.
the money,
I think
gum.
I think he can piece together what happened.
but what?
I think probably just a person saw a bunch of stuff lying on the ground and was like, I'm going to take that.
Including the potato.
So we
probably.
gotta, so we gotta help that potato.
I think the
Is
potato's
what you're
doing.
saying.
I think the potato's doing fine.
I think it's yeah. The potato's a lost cause. That potato's probably.
They killed him.
it's probably
Oh no.
I mean, I don't know if a potato's
Is this
still
on the
alive when
news?
you
I
smell
don't have a
produce.
television right now. Is this on the news?
remarkably, this is not on the news.
Yeah, there's
So
some
that-
other stuff going on.
That's the callousness of Los Angeles.
Well, yeah, you're telling me.
They don't care.
They don't care anymore.
They used to care.
They did. They did. Black Dahlia, everybody knows it. It's been 100 years.
Yeah.
The potato got kidnapped and tortured and killed. Not even on the page of the
Probably
news.
au gratin at this point.
Could have been.
You're sick.
I'm just saying.
Is that your favorite potato?
I think it might be my favorite potato
You
preparation.
like an au gratin?
Yeah.
I would go with.
What's that kind? Is that the cheese with slice?
Yeah.
I like that.
I think I'd go fries.
And fries too. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Fries is number one, but like,
Are you saying fries don't count? Because to me, that's a potato preparation.
no, of course it counts. I guess I'm just scared that I didn't want anybody to think I didn't want the fries one to be number one. Fries
Well,
is
you
number
said au
one.
gratin.
My number one is not fries. My number one is potato skin.
Oh,
Potato skin.
Not even the
Interesting.
content.
Love
the
it.
potato,
I
just
love
like
the
the
potato skin.
I
Not,
think-
not raw, like fucking just shaved it off
Peeling
into
it
a
off.
sink and I'm eating it.
I used to love a baked potato when I was younger, and now I kind of I don't know. That's more of an indulgence. I feel like
Chili potato is good.
chili potato is good.
Chili
Yeah,
potato
you
is good.
stuff
That's like a
it
meal.
full of stuff.
Yeah,
And-
chili.
But I feel like I'm guessing the people's choice would be mashed. I feel like that's
The
like
people's choice.
I'm guessing just like
people's
collectively. If
That's
you,
an award.
I think if you it is an award, but that's not how I meant. I think if you polled the populace, I feel like mashed would probably be number
even
one.
over fries.
They should revamp.
I guess maybe it's fries.
They should revamp the People's Choice Awards and have it be for particular things.
Yeah.
So like everybody votes on like what's the best one. Like, okay, yeah, it's mashed potatoes. It's like what's your favorite
that's
ground
kind
beef
of what-
preparation? Hard shell tacos.
Yeah.
That's like what Family Feud is.
I guess so.
Yeah, you're right. That is.
Ranch, you got a favorite potato preparation?
Hash browns.
Hash browns.
Ooh.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
McDonald's
That's
hash
really
browns.
good.
I feel like I already knew this. I'm sure we must have
Crispy.
talked about this at some point.
Crispy
That's a
or
great
soft?
answer.
Crispy.
Oh yeah.
Crispy on the top, I think, but then like soft as you get into
Just
it.
mush in the middle.
One time I was at this. One time there was a when you work on a film or TV shoot, there will oftentimes be a catering truck that will have like meals.
Is that true?
It is true, yeah. And so I was working on this TV show, and I just decided to get as my breakfast just a plate of hash browns.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Felt
yeah.
like shit.
Yeah,
no.
of course.
That
What a bad idea.
That
Yeah.
grease bomb.
gotta-
Grease and
you gotta-
starch, zero protein.
Protein, yeah. You gotta
Yeah.
put
Really
hash
fucking
brown
dumb.
with like a layer of egg.
And I was like making decisions there. I was like, oh man, I'm not in a position to be doing this.
Just gonna
Did
lay
you-
down on the floor.
Yeah.
Did you eat them dry or you put some ketchup on those bad boys?
I'm a bit of a heat seeker, so I certainly doused it with some hot
Oh,
sauce.
it's
my
just
God.
hot
Salt
sauce
and
and
pepper on
hash
there.
brown.
No wonder.
Yeah.
That's an insane man's choice. Imagine walking past somebody and they just got a paper plate full of hash brown and hot sauce.
Resident Evil.
That's like a meat choice.
Resident Evil 4 merchant, you have no leg to stand on in this. Everything you do is insane. You can't do that.
I've never done that. I've never walked down the street eating hash brown off a plate with hot sauce.
What about breakfast Sammy, but it's just hash browns?
You know, honestly, I've
On a
seen
croissant.
I've seen the hash browns as like a bun. I think
whoa.
it's a little greasy for me, but I like the swing. But I think you could put a hash brown in the middle of a breakfast sando. I love potatoes, especially crispy potatoes inside a breakfast burrito.
Yes.
And I would say
Yeah.
I would argue that maybe the best execution of that is tater tots.
Yeah, tater tots because they keep their shape in the burrito.
Yeah.
And they're not too pokey on the tortilla. They're perfect.
Man, I had a fucking California burrito earlier this week. It was just bean and cheese and fries. It was so fucking good.
Yeah. Growing up in Southern California as well.
Yeah.
The French fries in a burrito just really just soaks everything in. It's
I
so
like
good.
to put a French fries on my cheeseburger.
That's fun.
That's fun.
You're wild.
What? Wait, no, I feel like people do that.
No, people do.
People do that.
I like to do it.
That's cool.
Anyway,
No feathers.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah. Well, no, nobody was.
It's a given.
This little
Just
poke you in the
glass
mouth.
it.
Where would they come from? From what?
I have no idea. I don't want them on my burger.
I feel responsible for this tangent. Resident Evil Merchant, you asked, what are you playing? Steven, our guest, what are you playing these days?
So I recently got a Sega Genesis collection for the Switch.
Wow.
I had my video game history was a hand-me-down Sega Genesis, and then I moved over to Nintendo. But I think because I've been listening to a lot of Sega Genesis music recently, so I got this collection, which I've been playing Vector Man and Vector Man 2.
Whoa.
Wow.
I just love the soundtrack for those games, and there's something that's like so fluid and fun about like those era of platformers where it is just like, brr, and then you're dead, brr, and then you're dead, or at least that's how it's been for me, just getting back into like those side scrollers. But I don't know, the physics and everything of Vector Man are like very pleasant because he's just like a collection of like floating balls, and he just, I don't know, there's something very fun about it.
I'm familiar with Vector Man. I can't claim to have spent any appreciable amount of time with it beyond messing around with it on an emulator out of curiosity, having just known what Vector Man is. But Heather, did you ever have Vector Man when you were
I did
younger?
not have Vector Man.
Yeah.
I rented Vector Man from Blockbuster and got to play. I mean, not me personally, my parents rent. I have such no appreciable income.
Please,
But actually, Vector Man would have been down at the floor because it's a V.
Oh.
And they're always alphabetically sorted.
Unless they've reset by if it's the bottom of
There.
the is you is down there.
There, but
Yeah.
with the Genesis section, it was only one section.
Got it.
But no, I didn't play. I didn't play Vector Man. I did play Flashback, which was not a platformer, but very similar time in the Genesis life cycle.
I mean, it's very gorgeous. The music, I just love the sound of the Sega Genesis.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
And I was playing to me, again, like that era of gaming where the opening of Vector Man 2 is just him like rocking out in space, and then he gets shot down, and that's the start of the game.
Yep.
Like he's just like partying in his space truck, and then he just crash lands, and then you're just in it.
Did you ever play Earthworm Jim?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
That's looking back on it, it's not as gorgeous as you thought it was when you were a kid.
Oh, really?
But when you were a kid, you were like, I'm playing a cartoon.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
And the music was so good.
Yep.
And it felt very like just kind of Ren and Stimpy like, almost kind of gross.
Yep.
The Genesis sound chip is so distinct and so like, it has such a beautiful sound to it, as you're saying. Do you have any beyond Vector Man? Any Genesis soundtracks that you really like?
Well, I was telling Matt and Ranch that I recently got the Echo the Dolphin soundtrack on vinyl.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just kind of funny to think about, just like listening to a Sega Genesis game on vinyl, like the music, but it's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Do you guys have video game soundtracks on vinyl?
I do. I have Sonic CD on vinyl. Because I was so entrenched in the Sega ecosystem, I had Echo on Sega CD.
Oh, cool.
Which is a totally different soundtrack because
Oh,
they
really?
were really, really trying hard to demo how, expansive a CD soundtrack can be. So all of my Echo the Dolphin songs are like very personal because not a lot of people played that version of the game. But it sounded like a new age
It's
like radio station.
Yeah,
It was
it's
really
super
good.
new agey, and the Alien 3 Sega Genesis soundtrack is
Oh,
also
yes!
really good too.
Yes!
Like just it's like industrial, but in a way that like I don't know, just kind of feels like warm and
Yep.
kind of gross too at the same time because it's all just any Alien game from that era just looks and feels gross.
Yeah. I also have the Disco Elysium soundtrack on vinyl.
Oh, cool.
And I think I have Snatcher on vinyl.
Oh,
also.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it now feels like there's such a market for vinyl as like almost like a souvenir.
Yeah.
You know? And so, yeah, it has been fun. I think that's the only video game soundtrack I have. I would love the Jurassic Park Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's just, and then hearing the like crunchy, like T-Rex, Sega, like, to me, like, the Jurassic Park Sega Genesis soundtrack sounds nothing like John Williams' score, but to me, it's like just as iconic. The like the like
Yeah.
arpeggiated like bass and everything. It's, I don't know, it just sounds like nothing else.
I think I've said this on the show before, but for the Sega CD version of Hook, they just got the John Williams score.
Whoa.
So you were playing the same game as the Genesis Hook, but the score was the full John Williams soundtrack. And it was a very like incongruent experience because you were like still playing shitty visuals with like
Right.
a full symphony behind it. It was neat.
Matt, what are you playing?
Right now, I'm bouncing between two big ones, of course. Bonanza, Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I'm absolutely loving right now. Man, I love Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's so fucking good and so much fun and just like filled with joy. It's just really, really great. I'm kind of surprised how long it is.
It's a meaty guy.
It's meaty.
What, am I eating a fucking banana? This thing's long as hell.
It sounds really fun. I don't have a Switch 2 yet, but I
Yeah.
truly was like looking last week after you guys were talking about it.
Yeah.
Because just that idea, it sounds, maybe one of you were saying of like the meditativeness of almost just like burrowing or
Yeah.
digging
Yeah.
sounds really fun.
It's really, really wonderful.
Love to dig.
I'm now in a spot now in Death Stranding 2 where things are really starting to happen.
Ooh.
Wow.
And there was something in the game that Nick shocked me. I was shocked by
Wow.
this. And I can't say anything about it, but it was just unbelievable. And I already sang his praises a couple weeks back at this point, maybe. Troy Baker's performance is unbelievable in this game.
Yep.
It's so fucking good and weird and specific.
Yep.
And his performance in the moment that I witnessed was insane. It was just so fucking weird and nuts, and I loved it. And everybody's just really firing it on all cylinders, actually. Everybody's doing like a really, really incredible, strange work. And I'm just still, I gotta go. I've taken a break from doing side stuff and like building and building roads and things like that, but I think I gotta get back to it. I want to get back to the side stuff because I'm worried about progressing too much further.
Yeah.
And then running out of. I guess you could always, go back or whatever. But like, I'm having too much. I'm enjoying the story so much that I'm like, I gotta pace this out
Yeah,
just a little
have the
bit more.
breaks.
Yeah.
My question for you guys, because I haven't played too many of like the Kojima games or like games where they do have like an hour-long cutscene.
Yeah.
Are you sitting there watching it with the controller? Are you getting up to get a cup of coffee? Are you like on your phone? Like, I'm always so curious about that because I haven't played too many of those games.
Yeah, it hasn't really been an issue in this second one.
really?
I feel
Oh,
like.
okay.
I feel like they're
Interesting.
really well paced and like and paced out. So like you're not. I feel like the longest cutscene I've had is like been like a few minutes long.
wow.
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
It hasn't been too crazy.
And generally speaking, unlike, say, a regular video game, Kojima's cutscenes are so often so crazy that you don't want to get up and get coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
You're locked in because it's like, I literally don't know what could happen at the end of this at the end of this cutscene.
Because to that point, some of them are like pretty basic and like just serve whatever moment has occurred or whatever story point. And then some of them will be like, here's 10 of the most insane things you've ever heard. You just never really know.
Yeah.
But
That sounds fun.
they're really, really great. And that's it for me. Just bouncing between those two big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Heather, what are you playing?
Well, I'm also playing Death Stranding 2. That's
Wow.
been my main focus. I've been super overstressed and overworked. So this weekend I took off my watch and put down my phone and gave myself a full stress break because like my literal metrics were my like Aura ring and my watch were like something is wrong with your body and it was just stress.
Ugh.
So I took off my watch and my ring and put down my phone and played Death Stranding 2. I am not as far as Apodaca is because we'll text each other off chain because we don't want to spoil anything for Nick. But I do want to talk about how there is a level of customizing Sam which goes slightly beyond the outfit you can wear. Like you can wear like a different, camo that'll have like different upgrades, or you can choose different charms for your backpacks that will have slightly different upgrades. You can choose his hat. But there is, I think, you can make him into a real fucking weirdo and a loser if you give him like the particular sets of glasses. And right now I'm wearing a hat that I was given to me by a VTuber in the game, a VTuber who exists in our world and also in Death Stranding. And so my Sam is walking like it redefines his, because the hat and the glasses are present in the cutscenes.
Oh my God.
So it also redefines his relationship to other people. There's already an awkwardness to Sam because he had just got over his like inability to touch other people, which was like a huge through line of the first game. But my Sam now, when you put on the hat, he just says to himself constantly, Pecco, which is her like catchphrase. Like the way that some of these anime characters will be like, they'll say meow at the end of their sentences or whatever. She says Pecco. And I've got a clip here, I think that's loaded, because I wanted to show how often he is saying Pecco and how that affects my playthrough of this game. Here, can I hold it up to the... Here, let's see if I can hold it up to the mic and we can hear how often he's saying Pecco.
Pecco. Pecco. Pecco.
Wow. So he's constantly saying Pecco while I'm playing the game. Which makes it a different game for me.
Yes.
Because it means something's happening with Sam.
Oh no.
Like he is like, and I feel like I'm allowed to use this language because of the amount of personal testing I've done, but he's definitely now on the spectrum.
Yeah.
True.
And when he is punching or shooting people with that hat on, he's saying with each punch, Pecco. Instead of him saying, I'm Sam.
Yeah.
He'll now go, Oats Pecco or Pecco Cora. Like he's just, all of his language is gone. And when he's in these cutscenes, he's wearing this fucking bunny hat and he looks lost and the cutscene ends and he immediately goes, Pecco. Since I got the hat, I have not taken it off. I have fought bosses.
Yeah.
And the whole time he's like, Pecco. And he's recorded also, Norman Reedus recorded it with so many different intonations that when you like fucking deliver a kill shot, he'll go, Pecco. Like, it is so insane. And it has transformed my personal experience of Death Stranding 2 into a very, very different game.
Yeah.
When I put down the controller, I'm walking around my house just going Pecco, because I've heard it 1,000 times in the last like 10 minutes.
I mean, that was all of us during lockdown. I feel like I started talking to myself so much during lockdown.
Pecco.
Or talking to my cat. You know what I mean?
It's so funny to think about Kojima giving a specific direction on how to say it.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Okay. You've just knocked a guy out.
Yeah.
How do you say it now? And he's like, Pecco. Like I'm always nervous that the guys are going to get back up after I've like sedated them. So I'll give them a kick. And when I kick them, he'll go, Pecco. I'm going to wear it all the way through to the end of the game. My Death Stranding 2 experience.
Wow.
Nick, what are you playing?
Heather, thank you so much for asking.
You're welcome.
What I'm playing is Twisted Metal Season 2 on Peacock.
Wow.
So I watched all of Season 1 when it launched, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I admittedly much more than I expected. I was like, holy shit! They did an awesome job with this. The show is funny and compelling. Season 2 is like even better. They're so locked in on how to make the show now. They seem to also have like a higher budget. But it's so jam-packed with characters is the thing. Like there's just so much going on in this show, and the runtime is closer to a half-hour show than an hour-long show. You know, it's we know it's that this in the streaming world runtimes are flexible, but it's like, I feel like a lot of streaming shows, it's like okay, it feels like we've got to stretch things out a little bit to hit the, this is maybe a little bit bloated, but this one it's closer to the pace and runtime of a comedy, which makes it so watchable and so digestible, and again just so dense with content. But I think I mentioned the action, and the action is so much better than action you'll generally see on television. That's what's really impressive about it to me. It's like, it's like a movie level of production value that they're doing on a TV budget. The car combat in particular, which is what you're going to Twisted Metal to see, is so well staged and so well shot. There's a particular one sequence where it's Sweet Tooth and Stu and Harold, of course, chasing and firing missiles at Mr. Grimm from the ice cream truck, Mr. Grimm on a motorcycle, and it's so fucking kinetic and cool. It's just like, this feels like a movie. This feels like cinema, and I feel like you don't see as much of that specific type of action on streaming shows. The other thing I like about it is it's just like, it's just fun and funny. And I kind of feel like with a lot of video game adaptations, there's been this kind of, I don't know if it comes from a place of insecurity, where it's like almost like we have to apply a little bit of self-seriousnness to this. We have to treat this like this is, prestige. You certainly see that with the Last of Us adaptation, and Fallout similarly had like a sense of fun. I think that's part of why I like it. It evokes the same sorts of things that Fallout did, or rather, Fallout evokes the same sort of things that Twisted Metal did, depending on when they release. But it's really, really great, and I hope people, I of course have a dog in this, a bit of a dog in this fight, just because my Doughboys co-host Mike Mitchell plays Stu, and he's so good in the show. And of course, past Get Played guest and our good friend Sean Diston is a writer for the show. But I'm not advocating for people to watch it because of that. I think it's a genuinely good show that I think, if you're a fan of the video games, or just a fan of video games in general, you'll really enjoy it. And I know not everyone has Peacock, but get the Peacock trial if you don't. And if you do already have Peacock, definitely check it out. Season 2 is really, really fun. And it's centered on this tournament, which is kind of at the core of it, which features Anthony Carrigan playing Calypso. Which is just really cool casting. But anyway, the cast is great. The writing is great, and the direction, especially of the action, is really, really great. I also want to shout out the showrunner Michael Jonathan Smith, who I know is a Get Played listener. But yeah, I'm really, again, just enjoying it so much. It's just nice for a TV show to exist as something that's fun and engaging.
It's so frustrating when having a dog in the fight is like any kind of a damper on your ability to be believed.
Right, sure.
Because there are so many things that we have, some friends or past guests or whatever that they've made, and it's legitimately good.
Yes.
And you always feel like, oh yeah, nobody's going to fucking buy it because, I'm on a show with Mitch. But I hearing you say, I know that it sounds like it made me want to watch the show more.
I think you'd like it. It's genuinely very, very funny. And again, the action is great, and I know you like that.
I do. I love action and violence.
I want to know how they handle I forget what his name is.
From Axel.
Yeah, I want to, because it made me so nervous as a kid because I didn't have a PlayStation, but my stepbrother did, and because the only 2-player game we had was Twisted Metal. Yeah, and I'm like, you're so exposed. That's so terrifying to have your hands locked in.
It's the tragedy of Twisted Metal, the TV show, is the naming of the app. Is Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never remember Like I wish it was called, Universal Studios or like some kind of like a bigger, like Peacock is a strange name for an app.
Call it the Twisted Metal app, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I'm using it for. The Axel, the actor Michael James Shaw plays Axel, and he's just absolutely fucking jacked, and he's great. But like the reveal of it is. So for people who don't know Twisted Metal, it is like a big dude, like a huge like fucking stud, just holding basically a giant truck tires, like with his hands, like using them basically as arms, and so basically he is the axle of this vehicle. But the reveal is so funny when he rolls out. Yeah,
I gotta see it,
and it's a good effect. They did a great job with it.
Peacock, if you're listening. This is what I want. This is my only demand.
Oh, here we go.
Twisted Metal icons for the profile.
That'd be fun.
Because I got Mitch on my Amazon Prime, and I want him on my Peacock.
I want a Stephanie Beatrice on mine.
Yeah, it's funny to have a friend be your profile icon on a streaming service, and make him and add loved ones too for Netflix while we're at it. I'm getting the Mitch universe, the Mitch collection for my profile icons.
I'm just trying to get Henry Cavill on every platform.
Honestly, yeah, you know what? If they add Henry Cavill to all of them, sorry, Mitch.
I bet Pedro's really easy to lock in on
sure.
all platforms.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But he's a little overexposed at the moment. Don't need to see it.
Ranch, I wanted to give you a second because I know you've been playing some. We were talking Magic the Gathering earlier. You've been playing some MTG Arena.
You have.
I have. I downloaded it a few days ago since you mentioned or you gave us those Final Fantasy packs, and I'm kind of feel myself falling into a deep hole.
Really? So I have tried to play it a few times when I was like, because the people I played Magic with play Arena, and so when I would show up, like when we'd play like once a month, they would be like, I feel like I was starting to fall behind. But you feel like it's like easy to just pick up and play?
It's been I've been like doing tutorials and practicing against like computers and stuff.
There's a pretty extensive tutorial system in Arena to just sort of like, and it is because Magic is a dense rule set, and so, but I think it does a good job of like trickling it out in stages. Is that you haven't played Magic much before?
No, never before.
Right.
I think it's done a really good job, but every time I like move up to the next level, it becomes extremely overwhelming again.
Yeah.
So I'm scared to really open up the can of worms because everything seems really complicated.
Have you messed around with any other digital card games like a Marvel Snap or a Hearthstone or anything?
Or a Pokemon TGC Pocket.
I was playing that for a little bit, the Pokemon Pocket.
Yes, let's go.
So yeah, at least I had like kind of a base knowledge of how a card game works in that sense. But yeah, Magic just seems like I feel like it's gonna consume my life if I let it.
Just learning the rules. Even.
Yeah,
There's just so many
exactly.
rules.
Yeah, a lot of rules. Yeah. Well, let us know how your journey continues.
I will.
Thank you.
What a pleasant exchange.
We need more of that on this fucking podcast.
What was it? It's weird. And I'm out.
Tell me how that's going. I will. Thanks.
Back to you. Let's talk about water games. Subnautica was kind of we asked you, Stephen, it was like what do we want to, was there anything you want to talk about in particular? And you basically were like, Subnautica is my favorite video game of all time.
It has. I mean, I will credit this show with getting me back into video games as an adult.
Wow.
When I started listening, because there was that layer of, playing video games, and then I kind of fell off around the GameCube era. I just didn't bring. I mean, I got whacked in the head with a Wiimote in college, and maybe that spoiled it for me.
Oh my god!
But,
wait, what happened?
Because we're in a dorm, just trying to play the Wii with my roommate, swinging Wii ball.
What game?
I think it was like Wii bowling or something, or Wii baseball. And then if you're like standing next to somebody watching, you're all crammed into a dorm room, just. And somebody wasn't paying attention, and I just got hit in the head.
But it wasn't like they were still holding it. It wasn't the incident like it flew off.
No. Yeah, I was too close. I was in the strike zone.
Wow.
But then, when you guys started the show, I started listening, and it was just like, oh yeah, like I used to spend, Game Informer, Nintendo Power, like. When I first moved to LA, I worked for a company that did like the motion graphics for one of the Transformers games, and I got to go to E3, and that felt like a childhood dream come true.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't. And then when the lockdown happened, it was like, all right, I'm getting a Switch. Like, what are we doing? And I got Animal Crossing, of course. But I sometimes watch Let's Plays while I'm like editing podcasts because I can just kind of have it up. And I saw this game Subnautica. I like love ocean stuff anyway. I like grew up near the beach, like, and so to me, Subnautica is like if Animal Crossing was set in an alien ocean world where all the villagers want to eat you. But it has and it was my first open world game, and it was all that sort of thing where, oh wow, like again, as an adult getting back into video games, like, oh my gosh, I just get to go anywhere and I get to touch anything and fight anything and like do all that stuff and resource management and, oxygen, food and health. And then again, because I just love the ocean so much, it had that element of like just getting to do the thing that like, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about the sea, but like, getting to do the thing where you're like, I'm James Cameroning it, like going, miles into the ocean.
My thought about the sea, she's an angry mistress. I think that I have a bit.
You just made Matt throw up on his seat.
I have a bit of a touch of thalassophobia, which when it comes to underwater games, thalassophobia, like fear of deep bodies of water.
Yeah.
So like,
I thought it was a fear of rope.
All right.
The lasso.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the fear of an American coaching a English football team.
The lasso.
The lasso. Yeah, I'm following now. No, it's not that, Matt. It is fear of deep
You
bodies.
sure it's not either thing?
No, I don't think it's either of those things. Is my understanding. But like, there's something about a 3D space being underwater that I find very claustrophobic.
Oh no!
But
I love it.
But I've heard this is very like a very tranquil experience.
Well, yeah, that's what's so weird about the game is that it is equally soothing and terrifying.
Yeah, I knowing that you were gonna be the guest, I bought the game for my PlayStation and played a few hours of it. Crafting games are hard for me to connect with.
Sure.
But what I did like about this was the setting made me feel like, because I don't know if you've investigated, you crash in a fucking spaceship on a water planet, right? And you've got your escape pod is afloat, and off in the distance is the crashed ship. And in terms of motivating me to want to make shit, perfect.
Yeah.
Like if I open up Minecraft, I don't give a fuck about anything in there. I don't there's no tidal wave of pressure behind me to make choices in that world. Whereas in Subnautica, I was like, oh shit, okay, I got to figure out how to make a repair kit.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? I guess I'm going to jump in the water?
Yeah.
And you're like, this is impossible. What are you going to find fit? And then the first time you see like a piece of debris, you're like, oh shit, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to get some debris. And then you're like, the way that the puzzles of crafting reveal themselves to you is very, very organic and very pleasant. Like you know that there's a cave near your initial drop zone, but you're like, how the fuck am I ever going to get a rock to move? And then later you see like jellyfish that have caused a rock to float because they're like full of air. And you're like, oh shit. And with the game, you can grab basically anything. Yeah. So you're like, oh, I'll grab those jellyfish and I'll move the rock and then I can go into the cave and get hurt. It's I don't know, is in terms of crafting games, super compelling.
Yeah, because it's pretty simple, and I feel like that was my intro to open world games. So it had a layer of like, it didn't seem too overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So when I finally played like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, like that felt like a step up in terms of the amount of things that you could do and the things that you could craft. It's still, you're building bases that are like, there's maybe like 20 pieces total. So it's not, and then again, the goals are very, it is one of these games where you are reading tons. There's just tablets strewn across the floor being like, help, I was being eaten bye, you know, like,
Yeah.
and then you go to the next one and you learn a little bit more about the story. But there is just so many times, like I've spent over 500 hours in the first Subnautica game.
Wow.
Since 2021. And it's just one of those things where it's like some days I'll just swim around and explore. Some days I'll just work on my base. But that experience also getting that game was very weird for me because I was watching people play it on like PC or like PlayStation 4 or whatever. And so I was like watching people play the game for like a year just because the ocean part was soothing. And then I saw it released for the Switch right when I got it. So the fact that it was like a game, I was like, oh, you know, if I decide to get another system, maybe I'll play it. And then I just got and I had the Switch and then I was like, oh, great. Now I can actually play the game. And then that's when I like truly just spent so much of my lockdown experience was like actually in that world. Like I would have dreams that I was in Subnautica.
Yeah.
Like so surreal.
Man, video game dreams are really something. For me, my most vivid ones are Diablo dreams.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I think it's just like kind of, I think just spending so much time in the exact same like isometric camera and then just like a really simple game, but engaging gameplay loop that I just have basically like honestly, a dream where I was playing Diablo. It was like,
So now you're
in the game.
No, not even in the game. I'm just playing it.
I had so many questions. I thought I was going to ask you if the dream was in isometric camera view. That would have been interesting.
I have had dream. This is a thing I've said before that I think people I guess is not common. I have had dreams where I step out of my physical form and look back at myself, and that's really unnerving.
No, my dreams are in third person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dream Fortnite dreams, and I will be in Fortnite, but my point of view will be the over the shoulder of me, Heather,
Wow.
running around in Fortnite.
That's wild. You should be a skin in Fortnite. You talked about it enough.
Okay,
Wearing your Oasis jersey. It'd be sick as
Actually,
hell.
it'd be really cool.
I'll do it.
I guess we didn't
Put
realize
me in
that the
the
thing was.
This is the clip.
Put me in the game.
And put me in Kingdom Hearts while we're at it.
There
Why
are
not?
no Oasis tracks in Fortnite, and it's stunning to me because it is such a big moment for them.
Do you think? Are they like skittish about licensing?
I mean, I have heard that.
Okay.
I have heard that it is very, very hard to get them to agree to using their music in anything else, which makes the Rick and Morty montage like a real shock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So because I have tried other times and they said no. But yeah, I would think it was different for Fortnite because it's just the music. It's
Right.
not the two of them as skins.
Right.
Although if it was, I'm done.
They should be in the game.
God damn
They
it.
should be in it before. Like they got to be in the game.
Yeah,
That'd be so funny.
It'd be great.
Matt, did you get to spend some time with Subnautica?
I did actually. So I got in
cool.
there, and one of the first things I decided to try to do was go toward the wrecked ship.
Yeah.
And it immediately tells you to not do that because it's radioactive.
Yeah.
And so, but like, I will say, like, I typically don't. There's like very limited. There's very few games where I enjoy the fact that it's in first person. And I do think that, like, for me, this was not one of them, only because I get so sick if it's barely like too fast or something, and I felt like the movement in this was just so that I was like, oh, I feel like I can feel myself starting to get a little sick.
I mean, I couldn't
playing this.
imagine playing this. They have it in VR.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be a nightmare.
Oh, my
God. You described
God.
a nightmare to me.
I'm in.
No, I really want. I have a
Wow.
MetaQuest 2, and I don't think they ever released it for
Okay.
that. But
Wow.
but I think you can.
that was my only thought was I wish this was in VR.
Yeah.
I think that you can play it on PSVR. I think you can.
Oh man, can you grab this stuff with your hands?
I think so.
What?
Yeah, that's because that's like there's something super tactile about it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just the idea that you're like underwater, just like hitting rocks and
Yeah.
like trying to break things.
Yeah, but that's what I did like about it though, because like I think in the same thing with like Pal World, even when we messed around with that for a little bit, like because this is like it's a survival type game
Yeah.
too, where
Yeah.
you're like you have to craft. That's like the main thing that you're doing in the game, and like just like finding things. I don't know, like finding stuff is fun.
I do
Yeah.
like to find things.
I like to find stuff, and like so like that stuff was great. So like that was a good enough loop, and then you see some. you see a lot of little freaky little guys in this thing, and that was actually really working for me. I was like, because also,
and you get to eat them.
Yes, well, that was crazy too. But in cooking them I crashed a little pod because I'd go back to the pod a lot. But I guess the thing that I didn't know about this game before I started it was that I thought it was just like a submarine game, and you're just like in the regular ocean. I didn't know it was like a freaky ocean.
Yeah.
And so that was like a fun thing to learn, is that it was actually freakier than I had thought.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that aspect of it quite a bit.
It reminded me of, and it's a game I've brought up on the show before, this DS game that wasn't a huge hit. It did get a sequel, but it wasn't like a massive DS game called Lost in Blue, which is a game where you're a little kid who gets crashed on an island, and every day the only goal is survive. And you have the same sort of food meter, water meter in the corner, and all you can get is like fucking shit from the ocean, but you can't swim into the ocean. It's not like an underwater game. It's like, oh, thank God I found a shell with a thing in it. I can eat this and live for 5 more minutes. I'm like, it's a child death simulator because of how often you die in the game. But like that's another thing that I find pleasurable in this particular crafting game was I don't know that I need larger goals.
Yeah.
If my goal is just find something and eat it or find something and drink it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel a lot of pressure to be like, oh, I have to build a gun soon, which was my first need personally, but not in the game. Because you just grab the little guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, do I hit something with this little guy? No, it's a boomerang fish, but you don't actually hit anybody with it, as far as I knew. And then you go cook it, and then you eat it. And then I was like, that's great.
Yeah. There are days where it's just like, I'm just going to do this thing. I'm just going to like go around and find teeth from the stalkers. Because like basically you can either feed them to like pacify them, or they're basically, they just kind of look like eel shark type things. Yeah. And you can get them to drop teeth that you can use to build basically like a specific type of glass to build an observatory. But the way that you do it is like you throw metal like debris at them, and then when they bite it, it makes a tooth fall out.
That's great.
And so it's like super fun in that regard. But yeah, there's days where it's like I'm just going around reading the tablets. Like I'm going on the island. I'm going like right now I'm replaying right now. I'm just hanging out in the lava zone. Because that's the other thing, too, is I love building bases near where the dangerous creatures, the Leviathans, are. Because I think in a maybe more advanced open world game, they could destroy your base.
Yeah.
But instead, it becomes this fun game of where you, like, the moment you're in that area, they're trying to hunt you down, but then you go in your base and then you're safe. So then you, like, can I just go back out there? Go back. Like, you're, like, trying to, like, almost ding-dong ditch the monster. Because the game was originally made, like, Heather, where technically they didn't want you to kill any of like the big creatures. They wanted you to almost be like to teach you to be afraid of them. But of course there is ways to kill them. People have found so many ways to kill them basically. But yeah, it was like that idea that you're on this planet to survive. So you're not necessarily like, supposed to conquer it. And so in a weird way, like it's like one of the first games I've ever played where I'm like, oh, I don't go to that area. Like, I'm afraid to go to that area. And I find myself, like, playing, like, almost, like, hunched over, like, white-knuckling it. Like, when I'm trying to get through this territory to get a specific, like, gold or ruby or, like, other element.
It reminds me of what you're describing of 28 years later, how there's the alpha zombie with the huge hog who they're just sort of, like, they don't actually, like, they're not killing this zombie. They're just sort of, like, we got to coexist with this alpha predator who lives in this area.
This zombie has a huge hog. We have to let him live. We can't do this anymore.
Have you seen the movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either.
It's a big dick.
I gotta see this thing. I know we talked about titles a couple episodes back.
It's distracting.
Chicken jockey, where you're like zombie penis, you know, like
I think Subnautica is a great title for
It's
a video
a
game.
great title.
It's really good.
Yeah,
No,
really
it
good.
conveys exactly. It conveys everything, and it's also distinct and memorable.
Yeah.
One word too.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I feel like it could be called Subnautica Phaser's Requiem.
I mean, Below Zero is the
Yeah,
is
that's
the,
true.
Below Zero, though, it works that's a good subtitle.
Below Zero.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, but we're talking about like not the when we're talking about a sequel, like I add like or
Yeah.
I guess spin-off / DLC. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind
Yeah.
of like I feel like you kind of a subtitle is invited, and we should shout out Get Played composer Ben Prunty for composing
Yes.
music for
Yes.
Subnautica Below Zero as well.
Yes, that was when you guys changed over the themes. That the Ben like Subnautica Below Zero is not very good in the way that like Subnautica encouraged open exploration, whereas Subnautica Below Zero is you're kind of just swimming through underwater caves and tunnels, and it's
Yeah.
very suffocating.
Mm.
But his score, it is in my like top 5 video game scores of all
Wow.
time. I love like
That's awesome.
just that because you guys have done episodes about like the ice music and like
Yeah.
water music, and it's just like it is the like full fidelity version of this stuff of like aquatic ambiance and dire docks and all
Right.
that. It's like the for the new generation, it's so good.
That's really cool.
It was like he was like my most listened to Spotify artist, like I think either last year or the year before, along with like Taylor Swift and like Beyonce, and there was like Ben Prunty. Like I like the Below Zero score I listen to like all the time.
I love
That's
it.
That's really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Was there a point when you're playing Subnautica where it really clicked for you, like, oh, this is my favorite game. This is everything I want from a video game.
Well, so the point of the game is to, like, besides, just punch rocks and grab fish by the throat,
Yeah.
is like you're eventually supposed to get off the planet. And obviously, like, that's, spoilers, but, you're supposed to get off the planet. The first time I played the game, again, like coming out of lockdown, it's like one of my first trips. I'm going to Hawaii. So I'm finishing the game while I'm flying over the ocean. While in the game, I'm flying off the planet over the
Wow.
ocean.
Wow.
And I like started crying.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the
Wow.
most like beautiful adult video game. It is like, one of those beautiful video game experiences I've ever had where you're like, it was like when I finally beat Shadows of the Empire. I was like, like it was that last level, Prince Caesar's thing was like so hard. I would like cry because I couldn't beat it. And it felt like a certain level of achievement, but then also to like do the thing in the game that you're doing in real life was very surreal.
That's really
This
cool.
made me want to circle back to something that I wanted to ask earlier because you said you like to get in the ocean. You like the ocean.
Yes.
You ever snorkel in that bad boy?
I
Or
did
the mistress you call
the
her?
Angry
Yeah.
Mistress.
The angry mistress.
This year I got to swim the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So,
Whoa.
and I think after
one of the last chances to do so, I think.
I know, right? Honestly, I mean, it was really great. I did with this more like ethical, like they give back to the reef and stuff, but
Yeah.
they do kind of take you to a bad neighborhood of the reef
Yeah.
because they're like, yeah, you don't want to go to the nice part. We'll take
Right.
you to the like,
Yeah.
we're really gonna like, it's gonna be full. Oh my God, what's the movie? Not My Neighbor Totoro, but the great. It's like a real Grave of the Fireflies kind of experience where
Sure.
you're just like haunted by the,
What
But-
man has done? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But it is to me like being underwater is like the most peaceful experience in the world.
Yeah.
Like I want to get scuba certified now.
Man,
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
my relationship to water is so different. Like
Really? Okay.
I've snorkeled a bunch, and every time I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack. In part because I feel like I'm high up in the air, but I'm not afraid of heights. But my brain is registering the ground of the water as something I could fall into.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which is also my relationship to swimming games. Like Subnautica feels like a flying game to me. It doesn't feel like I'm swimming.
Yeah.
It feels like
Yeah.
I'm flying through very slow air. And like I wish that I've also done some reef snorkeling, and it's so like it's a transformative experience.
Yeah.
But I kept having to look up so that I could remind my body that I wasn't about to fall,
Oh,
which is a very weird like trigger.
yeah, no, totally. That's like when you go to Vegas and there's like places where the roof is the sky and your
Yeah.
Yeah.
lizard brain is like, it's a trap. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like you're just like, this doesn't make sense because we've been around for so long without these sorts of things.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
that's very surreal.
Yeah.
That's gotta be, yeah.
Indoors, in my opinion, should not look like outside. That is so. It's too confusing.
Yeah.
They
This-
shouldn't be able to do that.
What about
Is-
Rainforest Cafe?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna have a counter like that, but go on.
Rainforest Cafe? I'll allow it because I'm not going. I'm not going there. I'm not going to
You're
the
not going
actual
to
rainforest. I'm not going
Oh.
to go to actual rainforest.
Yeah,
What was
sure.
your counter?
No, I mean, I was going to say Rainforest Cafe.
Because then without the rainforest cafe, we don't get Cha Cha the frog.
Yeah. I think
The what?
There's the little frog from the restaurant.
That's
He's
the
got a
name?
name?
His name's Cha Cha.
Okay.
All right.
I love this lore.
That's like during, because the only one left in California is in Ontario. And during COVID, somebody just like took care of all the fish that were at the restaurant.
Whoa.
Like a security guard would just come every day and like feed the fish because everything was closed.
Wow.
What the fuck did they think was going on?
The fish?
Yeah.
Where the hell is everybody?
everybody? Someone should be ordering some fucking buffalo wings.
It's so quiet here. Yeah. You
Nobody's
know?
getting a kid's meal with chips instead of fries.
I am typically terrified by the giants moving past my prison,
Yeah.
and they're all gone now.
Where's the hourly thunderstorm?
I'll say this just because it came up, but Rainforest Cafe, my dad and my stepmom told my sister and I that they were getting a divorce at Rainforest
my
Cafe
Oh my god.
when I was like 13.
Yeah.
My mom's worst food poisoning of her life was from a rainforest cafe.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
They're focused on the show, not.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
it's
That was the
it's not about the
distraction,
food.
you know?
Yeah.
It's a restaurant second.
Yeah.
They serve food there, but it's for the show.
I believe I'll look it up to be sure, but I believe it's part of the Landry group of restaurants, which is owned by Tillman Fertitta, who also owns Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. So a lot of their properties are like these big installation restaurants. I think they also have a dinosaur restaurant. I could be
Oh.
wrong. I'm
Excuse
gonna look
me?
this up right now.
They bring you
What
a
are we
big rib
doing
that
here?
tips over your car.
We
Go.
gotta go to
Directly.
Dinosaur Restaurant.
I mean, Bubba Gump's at City Walk was the first post-lockdown restaurant I went to.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
It's a great one to break the seal.
It was just like, what's close? You know, I was
Wow.
living in North
Yeah.
Hollywood at the time. It was either that or Buca de Beppo. And I was like, it's a little more festive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. I guess given the options, I'm going Bubba Gump, I guess.
Wait, did you guys go? What did you guys go to? First lockdown?
Gosh, which first?
Post-lockdown.
It honestly probably wasn't much better. It was probably something similar because it was like one of the things that was open, probably.
Yeah.
Right? Because these ones, the desperate restaurants
Yes,
were the ones to
exactly.
open first.
Yeah, yes,
like, well,
exactly.
we have to open Bubba.
Yeah.
We, Mary and I went to the restaurant we met at, and it is no longer open.
It was a Dave and Buster's on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, it's just the food area of a bowling alley. It's the ArcLight food bar. We broke in,
Bruce the Lance was there.
but we ate outside, and it was devastating because they had replaced the fucking chef, and the menu was
gosh,
like 10
yeah.
times more expensive and worse.
Yeah.
And we were like, "What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Like, what? Why? It can't be the same.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been that long."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Landry does indeed own both Rainforest Cafe and Bubba Gump Shrimp Company among their dozens of properties. They
Yeah.
also own some fine dining concepts like Del Frisco's and Morton's The Steakhouse and The Palm, which are all doing very similar things. But they also own Claim Jumper, Heather, which you may remember you reviewed on Doughboys back in like 2017.
Remember Claim Jumper.
Joe's Crab Shack, McCormick and Schmick, and they do own the T-Rex Cafe.
Wow.
Whoa.
This is one of my favorite things about Nick, actually, if I could just gas you up for a second, my friend. He calls his shot, says, I think this piece of information is true. I'm going to look it up. And guess what? It was true. That's good
Boom.
shit.
Where is the T-Rex Cafe?
Lake Buena Vista, Florida.
All right, let's go.
A hands-on prehistoric experience. Do you want me to open up the dino shop?
Where is Lake Buena Vista, Florida? Is that in Disneyland?
Is that in Orlando?
I don't know. I mean, like
It was named after Buena Vista Street
Buena
here.
Vista?
Right. I would think so. I would think for a big theme thing, it would make sense for it to not be like hundreds of miles away from all the theme parks.
Can you tell me when it was opened?
Boy, I'll see if I can find that history for you.
Because there is a chance I have been to T-Rex Cafe. A
Oh my God.
chance.
What?
Were you at a restaurant and a dinosaur was your server? You might have been at the Dinosaur Cafe.
I have a vague
difficult to-
memory in my childhood of eating at a dinosaur themed restaurant.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. It is in downtown Disney and Disney World, which makes sense. October 17th, 2008, it opened.
Oh, then I have not been there. No.
And it was founded in Kansas City originally
Yeah.
in 2006.
No.
Is it possible you're remembering a past life?
I was eating in a Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was a dinosaur. We had a restaurant.
Okay, appetizers, Supersaurus Sampler, the Colosso Beef Nachos. So this is the thing. This pisses me off about these sorts of places.
Oh, boy.
Supersaurus Sampler,
go.
they're starting there. Great. Colosso Beef Nachos, I'll give you this. Then you have mozzarella sticks. Make an effort. Call them the Velociraptor mozzarella sticks or something.
I mean,
Velociraptor stick?
Mozzarella sticks. There you
That's
go.
really good.
There you go.
That's really good.
I think in like 5th grade English, we had to come up with a menu for a restaurant, and I did a Star Wars themed restaurant.
Nice.
And I remember there was like Chewbacca tenders or something like
That's
that.
fun. Buffalo chicken dip, cheesy skillet meatballs. They're not even trying here. The salads, they have a Jurassic salad, which is fun. I appreciate that. And
That's barely anything.
Just ferns.
Caesar.
Dinosaur fries.
But again, at least they're trying. Like it doesn't even have
Yeah.
to be good. I just want to see some effort. Caesarsaurus salad. That's
All right,
Hey!
that's good.
Omnivore's delight. That's pretty good. That's
That's
like
fun.
an
Pretty
oblique
good.
dinosaur
Pretty good.
reference.
I got one, I think. I got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Big Bang Burger.
Let's see if the Big
Ooh.
Bang Burger is on here. Show me Big Bang Burger. No, you're getting an X, unfortunately. It is the Bronto Burger.
Oh,
That's actually better.
It's
That's
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
That's pretty good.
We are playing Family Feud right now. It feels like.
We should get back to the water real
Oh, yeah,
quick.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
They're
We're talking about dinosaur
We're talking about
restaurants.
dinosaur restaurants.
You don't want to
of
talk
course.
about the Abrictosaurus apple crisp? Abrictosaurus, that's a bit of a deep cut.
I know,
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
I guess I'm thinking about it, not particularly. The window for me caring about the dinosaur food has closed.
Like they
Yeah.
they have meteor meatloaf, great.
Yeah.
But then just Tuscan chicken?
Like Tuscan Raiders?
Maybe
Wait.
there was a fight between like two people. One of them was like, everything on the menu should be dinosaur themed. And the other person was like, it's going to disorient old people.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to just have some things that they can order.
Some
Yes.
of the food has to be nice.
So the old person is like, they see Paleozoic chicken sandwich and like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but then they see chicken fried chicken, an actual menu item,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, give me that. I know what that is.
Yeah, I really think that's part of the negotiation
One for
happening
you.
behind the scenes.
I took-
Is what is a chicken to Caesar, Jurassic Caesar? What is that? I need a salad.
My grandson will have the crustacean trio, and I will have the Cobb salad.
Grandma, no!
Order like the rest of us. I wanted to ask if there were any other water based games that you were like. I know you mentioned Echo the Dolphin earlier. Did you have
Yeah.
a particular affection for that?
That was something more, in a way, the soundtrack more than
Yeah.
anything. But I mean, I was one of the people who bought the Nintendo Switch Super Mario, the
Combo
and-
pack?
the Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and
Yes.
the,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
and the Galaxy. And so, yeah, since I got that, like, I will just dip into Mario 64 or Sunshine because I think, Mario 64 was definitely the one I played the most, but I really did love Mario Sunshine. I loved like the water pack. I loved like sliding on
Flood?
the water.
Yeah.
Flood.
Mhm.
Like I loved cleaning up, Delfino Plaza. Like
Mhm.
I really enjoy. I don't know that to me, because like Mario 64, it was like young enough that definitely like. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Mario Sunshine was one where I just love the aesthetic, the tropical vibes.
Yeah.
You're throwing fruit around. Yoshi is like barfing up, like spraying everywhere. Like, I loved Mario Sunshine growing up.
When we revisited on the podcast, and I finally beat it, it was the Mario game, mainline Mario game I'd never finished, and I finally beat it when we did it on Get Played. I like it. It's got a lot of great ideas.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and I think Flood is fun conceptually, but like it feels like the game just hits it like just takes a step up when you get into those levels that where you lose Flood,
Sure,
and it's just
yeah.
like you just get to be Mario sort of running around. You just get to experience the Mario locomotion and the classic Nintendo platforming, a refined version of what's in 64. So yeah, I don't know, but it's also like. I don't know how clear your memory is of the end game of that, but the end game is so messy and unfinished. It feels like they just ran out of time or budget or both.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where anytime games introduce new mechanics, especially like, yeah, we know what Mario feels like, especially after Mario 64, where like going back into that game, 20, 30 years later, like it really.
I like how you just shuddered as you said that.
Because, right, it'll be 30 next year. No, it's already been 30 years.
What?
Mario 64.
96,
Yeah, Mario.
think?
Yeah, 96.
Almost.
Next year.
So it'll be
Almost.
30 years next year. And so, like, I even played it a little bit earlier this week because I just wanted to live in Dire Docks again.
Are you guys okay?
I just wondering who's going to tie news first.
I've never made that much eye contact with Nick.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's okay, everybody. It came out when I was 6 years old.
If I live in there forever, time doesn't pass. I'm just, But yeah, the Mario 64, I feel like, is just so easy to, I mean, besides the camera being still wonky, like going back into that feels more natural than Sunshine. Because, like, there's so many times where I would fall off a cliff or something in Mario Sunshine because I'm just spinning helplessly when Flood is like having the rocket boost. And like, yeah, that stuff hasn't held up as much.
But I wasn't trying to yuck your yum. I mean, I do think the game is really like cool, and it's like you're right that belly sliding in the water is super fun. Also, just filling up Flood is really satisfying. It's like they've got like a really nice sound design to that. It's just like it's
Throwing food around.
I love it conceptually, and I feel like if that wasn't a Mario game, if that was just like whatever, that was just like a Joey.
Bubsy.
Yeah, if it was a Bubsy.
If it was a Bubsy, it'd be the best Bubsy.
But people would have, like, I think instead of comparing it to other mainline Marios and what it's sandwiched by like Mario 64 and like Mario Galaxy, right? It's like instead of that, people would just be like, oh, this weird game that came out for the GameCube that's so fucking that's like my favorite game of that era.
Yeah, no, it is to. Yeah, it wasn't that game. It wasn't it rushed too or something.
Yeah,
That's what it definitely feels. Yeah, I mean that's the reputation of it, and that's definitely what it feels like by the time you get to the end of it.
It is weird that games then, or again, just being a fan of the podcast, and when you hear just the differences between like a game that was made by one person, like in the 70s or the 80s, or something like I forget her name, who like adapted Doom by herself for like the Jaguar,
right?
And it's, I mean, the gaming industry now, where you just have hundreds of people. It is just weird that like a game could just like run out of money and be like, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, wow.
It's also very out of character for Nintendo and their first party, stuff, which they tend to just take as much time as they need to, as in that apocryphal Miyamoto quote about like a delayed game is late once, a rush game is bad forever, or whatever. I totally mangled it, but you get the idea.
Yeah. They also like complete games and then hold on to them for as long as they need them.
Yeah, then they're just
like,
hidden.
Yeah, they're just like I'm convinced that the remasters of Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are just on a shelf for any time.
Wait, when does the new Metroid come out?
It comes out, quote, this year.
Okay.
And I sort of don't buy it. I don't believe it at all for some reason.
There's some significant water in Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Really?
Yeah, there's some water in there.
There's some water.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not trying to pressure you or nothing. The game's got some water.
The game's got some water. There's some different biomes. It's not all water, but yeah, there's definitely some.
But there's some water. There's some chunky bit of water.
Is there a thing where you could dig and water would start to like fill in a space?
You could definitely dig to water.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
You might be digging on top of something. Something might be on top of water, and if you dig deep enough, you get in the water.
Oh, cool.
You can't dig in the water.
Oh, okay.
Because water is not diggable.
Water not diggable.
It's just swimming.
You're just
Yeah.
You're right. If you're just digging in the water, you're swimming.
I'm noticing that your shirt.
DK, stop! You're upsetting me.
Your shirt is Jaws.
Oh yeah, it is Jaws.
Did you play Jaws Unleashed at all? Where you get to be Jaws? Has anybody played this?
No, I didn't
I've seen people play this where you are literally It's almost like you're Tony Hawk. You're like jumping over boats and grabbing men off of them as you're flying into the
crazy.
water.
It's not. I didn't play it, but I remember seeing it when I was a kid. But we played a game for this show many years back called Maneater.
That's what I'm thinking of. Maneater.
Well, Maneater was less satisfying. I think.
Yes.
Maneater was not as fun as it promised to be.
Okay.
And also, we were. I think if I remember correctly, we were all bummed out that the water was all like dirty. Like it just kind of seemed gross.
Yeah. There's. I feel like it would be like one of those things like after I played Subnautica or I was still playing Subnautica where I would try and find similar games. So it'd just be like in the Switch Online store, like water, aquarium, ocean. Like I tried playing, I don't know if it's Raft or it's the other one where it's like that game you were describing on the DS where you're on an island and then you build a little raft and you can sail to another one. But the crafting in that is like brutally complicated where you are like collecting like twigs and leaves like the forest like that game too where you are like it's so like Subnautica is so basic in comparison where you're like here's some titanium and here's some ruby and some like here's a couple of fishes or whatever whereas like some of these other crafting games it's like so granular that it feels like I don't know it just is like I need to collect 100 leaves and 20 twigs and 5 rocks to like make a tent or something.
I do like when the craft. I mean, I also don't love crafting in general, but if they're gonna make me craft, I like when it's easier.
Yeah.
When it's just like a couple of things. You're like, you just need this, this, and this, and then you're done or whatever.
Yeah, if you want like a simulation of actual crafting, that should be its own kind of game.
Yes.
But if you're playing a game where it's like the goal is to get away from your radioactive spaceship, maybe I don't need to like craft a bolt before I can craft a, I like the level of complexity in Subnautica.
What about the crafting in Last of Us? I like the sound of when
it's
picking up
great.
like the pills. Like that's a very satisfying sound.
That's fun.
If it's just the sound of the crafting in The Last of Us that's great. Like when you make a bomb, you can hear it filling with like shrapnel.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Kerosene.
oh man, that's so good.
The sound design is I mean it's Naughty Dog. It's just they're so good at all that stuff. But the production values are so high. But I like the thing that always blew my mind about Last of Us Part 2 is just having a bespoke animation for every single weapon upgrade.
Yeah.
It was just like if you're adding a scope to a it's like it's specifically it's not something most games would be someone like you the shot would be them tinkering over their shoulder and then you'd have your new weapon, but like you actually can see that component being mounted onto it and attached. It's like there's so much additional labor for that for an animation that you will see one time.
Like filing something down.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Thing. Yeah, it's really crazy.
All that shit is so impressive. As far as water games were concerned, I mean, I did have the Uncharted series, as we're talking Naughty Dogs, as water games. There's a lot of great water in those. A lot of those are really, really oceanic.
Yeah.
But we've certainly talked about Dave the Diver. We did a whole episode about it. We've talked about Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. One I wanted to shout out that I don't think ever talked about on the podcast, and it's one of the few mobile games that got its hooks in me. Where's My Water? Which is like a physics game for children. It came out in 2011. And it was developed by Creature Feep and published by Disney. But it's just got really great water physics puzzle design, and basically all you're doing is you're guiding, a pool of water by virtue of making some alterations to the terrain. You're changing how the water flows to hit a destination and to avoid like goop that will poison your water supply. And it's very straightforward. They're all just single screen encounters, but it's just like really well developed or really well designed and conceptualized rather. And it predates the pay to win mobile design philosophy that's just like has basically ruined pretty much every mobile game that's not Balatro. And so like I really enjoyed it from that standpoint. I play the shit out of it.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna ask, can you play that now?
Yeah, you can still get the shit.
Cool.
Actually, I'm not sure. Because it might be an Angry Birds situation, because I think they came out with a Where's My Water 2 that was pay to win. I never played it, which is the same thing that happened with Angry Birds. They've now sunset the original Angry Birds because they only want you to buy the pay to win version.
Hopefully it's not a Flappy Bird situation and it's just gone forever.
Yeah, and the fucking creator like went into a horrible depression.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I would hate that.
Okay. Is BioShock a water game?
Yeah, I think it is.
The first two certainly are. The third one, decidedly not.
Yeah.
Third one is an air game.
Yeah, third one's air and racism.
Yeah, yes, yeah. I want to shout out the only other Assassin's Creed game I've put any serious amount of time into beyond Shadows or Valhalla. Which Valhalla could be
Could be a water game.
Could be a water game. You spend a lot of time on land, but you do
Raid from the water.
you get out there. You get there on the water. Assassin's Creed Black Flag though.
Ooh,
You got
that's
a
a water
pirate ship
game.
in that goddamn
That
thing.
sounds fun.
And that's good stuff. That's fun.
Yep.
Do you have to row?
You
do
don't have to
make
row.
other people row
you,
for
you
you?
basically just like you kind of just like drive a big boat. It's like you're not really. It's not as specific as
Sure.
it like could be, and as they probably will get as they go forward. Because I feel like they get more and more specific with things like that. But in this one, you're sort of like, I just got a big boat and I'm just driving around on the water. It's pretty fun.
Pretty good.
You talked about Mario Sunshine earlier. I do like it when a franchise is like, we got a water entry. So Metal Gear Solid 2, that's a water game. You're right. Big Shell is in the fucking water.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is a water game.
It's a sneaky water game. And also, Final Fantasy X, that's a water game.
Blitzball takes place in the water.
Blitzball's all water.
Is that the cover where the person's like standing in like on the beach or something?
Yeah, they're like in the water. They're they're in the water.
It's a fucking water game.
You kind of present at this point, you're sort of like, I don't think anyone's going to have my back on this. Full agreement, 100%. You're 100% correct.
Is Kingdom Hearts 1 with the Little Mermaid level a water game?
Well, see, I thought about this.
You start on an island surrounded by water.
Yeah.
You spend a significant part of your time trapped in a hellish nightmare water level.
Yeah. And then in the second game, you do go back to it, and it's just like all songs mini games. So they've made a bad level worse.
Oh, no.
It's not fun in the second one. So many things. Kingdom Hearts 2, my favorite video game of all time. If you gave me all day, I can name a million things about it that I don't like very much. And one of them is the Little Mermaid level. But gosh, I guess it could be a water game.
Could be. It's part water.
I guess that's the whole thing is like, because there's certainly a water level or a water biome is a convention.
Yeah.
Right.
Of, I mean, most games. I feel like most story-based narrative games have some sort of aquatic section, but I feel like water needs to be more omnipresent, like it is in BioShock.
Yes.
For it to be a water game, and obviously you get like your water racers, like your Wave Race 64s or whatever the fuck.
Love Wave Race, and because I played it on the Switch Online also recently. But what was the name? It wasn't. There was you were on these like big speedboats.
Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder was sick.
Yeah,
Hydro
that
Thunder
was really fun.
good. I was trying to bring it up the other day because I couldn't remember the name of it because I'm playing Fast Fusion on Switch 2, and Fast Fusion is a Hydro Thunder.
Really?
Fast Fusion is a Hydro Thunder.
Fast Fusion is a Hydro Thunder.
You get that boost, and you like. Because they
go
used to have them at Dave and
crazy.
Buster's.
Yeah.
And it's like because there was that other car game. I feel like it was part of the same.
Right. Yeah. Like a Daytona or gosh, what's the other one called?
There's like the San Francisco one.
Cruisin'.
Not Cruisin'. It's like the other one. But you could like go do. I just remember doing like
San Francisco Rush.
Yes, that one. Yeah. But yeah, like the Hydro Thunder is like that where you like
Hydro Thunder.
you just like. You're like, where are these levels? Like everywhere has a Grand Canyon, basically, to like race through. You know,
Steven, as a Jaws enthusiast, in addition to being a Jurassic Park enthusiast, did you ever mess around with the NES Jaws game?
No.
Or were you aware of it?
No.
So this was one. God, I can't remember if
like E.T.
Yeah, I didn't have this game. I think a friend had it. Or maybe I'm just remembering playing it on an emulator later out of curiosity. This game I don't remember being very good. But
what's the are you on a boat and like is
Steven, you are the boat.
Whoa.
No, you want it. The Jaws game is just like you want the power fantasy of, I get to be Jaws. Even though Jaws is the bad guy in the Jaws franchise, you're just like, I just want to swim around as a big ass shark and be able to eat. But no, it's like you're a boat going around, and then there's sections where you find Jaws, and then you go into the water as an even more vulnerable diver.
Did we play it for how did this get played?
Did we cover Jaws?
I can't remember, but I feel like
If we
I've
did
played Jaws, and why would I have played Jaws?
If we did it, do we do it with Matt Gorley? No.
No.
I have no idea if we've played Jaws.
That was
but
James Pond.
That was James Pond and Friday the 13th.
James Pond probably too good to have been covered in that format, for in all fairness.
Was
but-
this like a top down of the boat?
Yeah, I think it was. I think the way it worked, because there were like sections where you kind of like behind, like kind of almost like a third person like pseudo 3D view. But I think you were just kind of going around in like an isometric sort of top down boat, and then you would find the shark, and then you go down and it would turn to a side scrolling, and you'd be like a diver going around, just trying to avoid like swordfish or whatever the fuck. Yeah,
I did like poking in Donkey Kong Country, where you what's the name of the swordfish?
On Guard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always liked that when you get the little rush move and you go, "Ugh," and you take out. You just impale people.
You're naturally gonna I mean, like, have more affinity for Rambi or Rambi. I'm not sure what the canonical pronunciation is, if it's ever been established, but On Guard, being able to first off, great name for a guy with a swordfish. On Guard, that's really clever. A little bit of an A to C, but then also, the poke is very fun.
I mean, again, aquatic ambience is doing the heavy lifting.
Sure. But you are much more mobile in that. Like that's the other thing, because that's the thing that happens. I think the reason a lot of people, until fairly recent video game history, I feel like there are a lot of people like, oh, water levels fucking suck.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, because the physics of being underwater was not particularly fun. That's largely a solved problem. And usually swimming, you have a good level of mobility. But yeah, in like Donkey Kong Country or something, you get an On Guard. Part of the fun, it's like getting the frog suit in Mario 3. It's like, oh, I can actually move around down here.
Yeah, you're not drowning like it. I feel like I drowned so much in Sonic growing up.
Yes. Yeah.
With the scariest music possible.
Yes. Yes, a nightmare.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that if I don't have trouble waking up in the morning, but if I did, that would be my alarm clock.
On your Nintendo alarm, you would put that. You could jailbreak it and put that in. God, terrifying.
I mentioned I'm an adult piano student. I was in a piano lesson, and I just figured out the Sonic drowning theme, like dun 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 dun. And I said to my pianist, like, is that Sonic drowning? She was like, yeah.
Do you go to a place, or you do this like online or something?
I do. My previous piano teacher had a studio, and then I have a newish teacher, because that teacher no longer lives in the area. Not related to me. That teacher comes to our apartment.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So you'll have one guest with a specific task.
Well, yeah, they got something to do. They got one room they're going in.
This is where you go, and this is all we're talking about and all we're doing.
See, he's just a puzzle game. You just have to figure out how to get into your place.
You have to be able to teach him something.
It's very blueprints.
Yeah.
I don't think we covered Jaws ever. I think the only thing I see of Jaws NES is as us talking about it on our Maneater episode.
Then I must have played it on my own. And why would I have done that?
Well, I do think this is I mean, like when emulators were a novelty, even now, I feel like sometimes just like, oh, what's this game? I'll mess around with this for 10, 15 minutes. You know, I think there's certainly a lot of games I've spent time in just because of curiosity.
Yeah. For Jordan Jesse Go last year when I joined producing the show, Jesse's daughter Gracie had a thing where she just made them play. Jordan and Jesse play bad video games. So it was like Superman 64, Dragon's Lair, Shaq Fu, so then I would play, try the emulator, and it was like that Dragon's Lair first level is truly of wonder.
Oh yeah.
Everything, you just explode every second. A bat, the bridge, every frame tries to kill you.
Are you talking about the Laserdisc Don Bluth Dragon's Lair, or the NES?
The NES one.
It's like a side-scrolling Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
It's completely removed from the source material.
Yeah, but I feel like it's one of those games where it's people just never get past the first level.
Right.
If you don't make it over the bridge, it's kind of a water game.
Matt, well said. Should we do a segment?
Let's do a segment.
Let's do a segment.
I got a new one for us here. Just a little fun thing I put together called Sink or Swim. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to name some video game characters, and you're going to tell me if they can safely enter water and swim.
Wow.
Or if they die when entering the water. Sink for death, swim for swim. We got it?
I love
Do we
it.
say our name or do we say?
Yeah, buzz in for your name.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. Does he sink or does he swim?
Steven. Sink.
He sinks. That is correct. Steven's on the board with 1.
Wow.
Here we go.
What the hell is this? It's thicker.
But his animation also, he like grabs his chest.
Oh
And,
no!
like, it goes into like immediate cardiac arrest when entering the water.
It just immediately inhales.
CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Wiger. I believe in previous Grand Theft Autos you sank, but this was the one where they added swimming. I'll say swim.
Nick's on the board. One each. Wiger and Steven. But kind of tricky, right? Because the next game after that, I guess there's Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah.
John can't swim. Rockstar game? What the heck's going
They
on?
undid it?
They undid it.
They undid
Wow.
it. Well, cowboys wouldn't be able to swim.
Cowboys can't. Cowboys don't swim.
They just go in like mud holes to
Yeah.
bathe on the range.
Yeah. We don't do that. That's city folk stuff.
Man, remember you used to clean yourself by getting in a big wood tub with like, a brush? What the fuck was going on?
Let's bring that back.
They did, I'll say, everything wrong. It is so stupid. They didn't even have phones.
They didn't have fun.
Well, I built a shed around a hole. I'm going to go take a shit in it.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck are you talking about?
I'm not even going to bury it.
Yeah.
What?
Every time I get off my horse, I kill it.
Yeah. My wife's my first cousin. What are you talking about?
All the worst things in the
Yeah.
past.
Spyro the Dragon.
Heather. Sink.
That is correct. Spyro cannot. He can fly.
Yeah.
Man, you should see this guy, by the way. He can fly.
He can
He's
fly the-
fire-based, though. I would
fly.
think he would sink.
Yeah,
His
he's
wings
fire.
get
He's
wet.
fire based. Yeah, his tail goes out. Could be Charmander rules. You could die.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Kratos from God of War.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's anybody's game.
Is there a specific, or like, which God of War are we talking?
I'll throw out the franchise.
Oh, boy. There's boat. There is boat.
And there's boy.
There is boat and there is boy. Wiger.
Boy.
I will say sink.
Nick, I'm sorry. He can swim. There's a couple of levels in the first ones where he can like you have to like traverse water.
Oh,
a
that's
little
right.
bit
You're
and
you're
stuff.
like walking through water.
Yeah.
It's like it's yeah, fuck. All right.
That's okay. That was a tricky one. How about this? Master Chief from Halo, the Halo series.
Master Chief, Heather says. Heather ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Master Chief sinks but is fine. Because he's in the suit.
Well, I mean that's not, but is fine isn't part of it.
Well, no, I mean like he's fine. He doesn't die when he's in the water because he's fine because he's in the suit.
I do think you get a game over for getting in the water though. But also you get sink. He does sink. He
Yeah.
doesn't because
He
there's
can't
not a swim.
swim.
He can't swim.
No.
But if you're saying that he gets a game over and then just exists peacefully at the bottom of the ocean, then
I'm retired.
yeah.
Leave this
Nice
life
down
behind.
All right. All
So
right.
Heather has 2 points now.
Wait, that counts?
Yeah, you said sink. That's fine.
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, Wiger. I think that sumbitch sinks.
He does sink.
Yeah.
That is correct. So it's tied up at 2 right here. Astrobot.
I am Astrobot. I am
Does
Astrobot.
Astrobot sink or swim?
I am Astrobot.
He's a little robot.
Yeah, he is a little.
Heather.
Can you get
robot.
wet? Yeah.
Sink.
I'm sorry, Heather. This little motherfucker can swim.
He can swim?
Where is he? When is he swimming in the game?
There's some water levels. I think I don't know if it's like a full water level, but in Rescue Mission he can swim.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm.
How
Oh,
about
well.
how about? Okay.
I'm glad he can swim. Good job, little guy.
Enjoyed the shit out of that game. Cannot remember swimming.
He can get wet too.
Yeah.
Sly Cooper.
Who cares?
What do you? Who cares?
How dare you?
Steven, swim.
He can swim, but he does take damage.
Oh, well.
He does take damage.
Interesting.
It's tied up.
Ugh, you just touch you'd go on the beach,
Yeah,
the
so you
wave
gotta
hits
get. You can
knocks you
swim
over.
for like a little bit, but you gotta get out. You gotta get out of the water. So we got a tiebreaker right here.
Wow.
It's anybody's game.
Wow.
Pikachu.
Oh, Pikachu.
Pikachu. Wiger. Immediately burnt to a crisp.
Steven, when he's on a surfboard.
Well, here's the thing. I have to give it to Steven. Because he can swim, because Pikachu in more recent entries, because of the surfing Pikachu animation, he can learn surf, and you can use him to traverse water. So Steven is the winner of Sink or Swim.
Wow.
Well played.
Been training my whole life for this.
That's this week's Get Played. Our producers, Rochelle Chen, Ranch Yard _ Sard. You still streaming Silent Hill 2?
I am.
Do you have any plans to shake it up, or are you going to just blaze ahead towards the end game?
I want to finish it so bad.
How close do you think you are?
I think I'm 3/4 of the way.
Okay, all right.
As people have told me.
That's great.
Check that out over at twitch.tv/yard _ Sard. Our music is by Ben Prunty, benpruntymusic.com. Our art is by Duck Brigade Design, duckbrigade.com. Get Played merch at kinshipgoods.com. And Get Animated over on Patreon. Matt, what are we watching?
We're watching Birdie Wing, baby, and 4.
Birdie Wing Golf Girl Story over at patreon.com/getplayed. Does Heather like it? Subscribe and find out. Stephen Ray Morris, See Jurassic Right is the podcast, and of course the great Jordan Jesse Go podcast, which you produced. But I know you wanted to plug some awesome stuff you have coming up on See Jurassic Right. Please tell everyone about it.
I'm very excited. I did this in 2020. You know, we were all at home, and so I invited a bunch of scientists on, paleontologists, and a woman who studies diseases in fossils. Science communicators. So I'm doing that series again this fall, the Back to School series, and I'm interviewing like a whole bunch of new scientists. Also, our pal Allie Ward, who does ologies, which I worked on for many years. I'm talking to disease ecologists, paleontologists, like all kinds of awesome people, just because, right now in our country, it's a little bit anti-science. And so I just wanted, on See Jurassic Right, I not only talk about the movies, but, dinosaurs and paleontology and stuff. So I just wanted to do that again and just hear from all these really cool people, like doing cool shit. Like one person, Yara Haridi, literally, in their work as a vertebrate paleontologist, like found out where teeth came from. Because there was these arthropods that like lived 450 million years ago that were covered in dentine, which would become our teeth. And that sensitivity is what allowed them to survive in like the murky, gross waters of the sea.
What the fuck?
And like they've literally spent like the last 4 years just like making all these connections. And finally they had a paper published this year. So I had a conversation with them. It's like the idea that this little creature is like literally covered in what would become our teeth.
I'm teeth.
Yeah, I don't like knowing that when I bite into a quesadilla, I'm using like the exoskeleton of a sea slug.
Yes,
it's a little disturbing.
That's where it came from.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's like do you think they'd like to know that too? Like, this is what I become. I'm chomping on a damn quesadilla.
I'm mouth.
But yeah, so that's coming out starting in September. But the original series you can check out. But yeah, it's so much getting to talk to these people who literally spend like every waking hour, trying to change the world in a way through their work is really cool and fascinating. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Check it out.
See Jurassic Right wherever you get podcasts. Do you have a favorite water-based dino?
Ooh, well, they're marine reptile. Have to be pedantic about that.
Fuck.
Holy shit.
I mean, you got to go with the plesiosaur. It's classic. It's basically like, like a brachiosaur or, a podosaurus, but it's got flippers.
Do you know the crazy thing about Nessie is that Nessie was the Loch Ness monster, got super famous in the 80s. If Nessie was real, it's dead now.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Because it's been so long.
Rest in peace.
Nessie, you got played.
That was a HeadGum podcast.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kyle Mooney.
And what's up, everybody? I'm Beck Bennett.
And man, we got something to tell you.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
Yes, it's a brand new podcast on HeadGum.
That's right. And it's called What's Our Podcast?
Yep. And that's because we don't have a single idea what our podcast should be about.
Yeah, we don't. So we actually have guests come on and they tell us what they think our podcast should be about, and then we try it.
Yep. Guests like Mark Maron, Jack Black, Brittany Broski, Kate Berland, Bobby Moynihan,
Meg Stalter, and Tim Balls.
Landon Axler,
Joni McGreeves.
Reese, and Dender.
New episodes release every Wednesday. So subscribe to What's Our Podcast
on YouTube or any of your favorite podcast platforms.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do it right now.
Hi, I'm Alana Hope Levinson.
And I'm Dan O'Sullivan.
And this is The Outfit, the new podcast from Higher Ground and HeadGum.
You know, we're two journalists who are slightly obsessed with the mob and organized crime and other nefarious stuff like that.
Every week, we're going to bring you a story about a mobster. Some you've heard of, some you definitely haven't. But all of them are going to help explain why America is like this.
See, the mob explains all sorts of things, from milk expiration dates to why we got into Cuba to Las Vegas.
Gay bars.
Who knew?
Who knew?
The mob's involved.
All that and more. Subscribe to The Outfit wherever you get your podcasts and watch video episodes on YouTube. New episodes every Thursday.